Steve introduced himself to the other guests.
I don't want you to pay for me. I'll pay for myself.
Amy had a great holiday. She really enjoyed herself.
Do you talk to yourself sometimes?
If you want more to eat, help yourselves.
It's not our fault. You can't blame us.
It's our own fault. We should blame ourselves.
I feel nervous. I can't relax.
You must try and concentrate.
What time shall we meet?
He got up, washed, shaved, and dressed.
Kate and Joe stood in front of the mirror and looked at themselves.
Kate looked at Joe. Joe looked at Kate. They looked at each other.
How long have you and Ben known each other? Sue and Alice don't like each other.
Do you and Sarah live near each other?
Who repaired your bike for you?
I repaired it myself.
I'm not going to do your work for you. You can do it yourself.
Let's paint the house ourselves. It will be much cheaper.
The film itself wasn't very good, but I loved the music.
I don't think Lisa will get the job. Lisa herself doesn't think so.
I'm going to a wedding on Saturday. A friend of mine is getting married.
We went on holiday with some friends of ours.
Mike had an argument with a neighbour of his.
It was a good idea of yours to go to the cinema.
That woman over there is a friend of my sister's.
It was a good idea of Tom's to go to the cinema.
I don't want to share a room with anybody. I want my own room.
Vicky and Gary would like to have their own house.
It's a shame that the apartment hasn't got its own parking space.
It's my own fault that I've got no money. I buy too many things I don't need.
Why do you want to borrow my car? Why don't you use your own?
I'd like to have a room of my own.
He won't be able to help you with your problems. He has too many problems of his own.
Brian usually cuts his own hair.
I'd like to have a garden so that I could grow my own vegetables.
I like living on my own.
Or,
I like living by myself.
did you go on holiday on your own?
Or,
Did you go on holiday by yourself?
no, with a friend. Jack was sitting on his own in a corner of the cafe.
Or,
Jack was sitting by himself in a corner of the cafe.
learner drivers are not allowed to drive on their own.
Or,
Learner drivers are not allowed to drive by themselves.
There's a new restaurant in Hill Street.
I'm sorry I'm late. There was a lot of traffic.
Things are more expensive now. There has been a big rise in the cost of living.
We went to the new restaurant. It's very good.
I wasn't expecting them to come. It was a complete surprise.
I don't like this town. There's nothing to do here. It's a boring place.
When we got to the party, there were already a lot of people there.
Will you be busy tomorrow? Will there be much to do?
Is there a flight to Rome tonight?
There might be. I'll check the website.
If people drove more carefully, there wouldn't be so many accidents.
I could hear music coming from the house. There must have been somebody at home.
They live on a busy road. There must be a lot of noise from the traffic.
They live on a busy road. It must be very noisy.
There used to be a cinema here, but it closed a few years ago.
That building is now a supermarket. It used to be a cinema.
There's sure to be a flight to Rome tonight.
There's a flight to Rome tonight, but it's sure to be full.
It's dangerous to walk in the road.
It didn't take us long to get here.
It's a shame you can't come to the party.
Let's go. It's not worth waiting any longer.
How far is it from here to the airport?
What day is it today?
It's a long time since we saw you last.
It was windy yesterday.
We bought some flowers. We didn't buy any flowers.
He's busy. He's got some work to do. He's lazy. He never does any work.
There's somebody at the door. There isn't anybody at the door.
I want something to eat. I don't want anything to eat.
She went out without any money.
He refused to eat anything.
It's a very easy exam. Hardly anybody fails.
Are you waiting for somebody?
Would you like something to eat?
Can I have some sugar, please?
Do you have any luggage?
No, I don't.
I can't find my bag. Has anybody seen it? If anyone has any questions, I'll be pleased to answer them.
Let me know if you need anything.
I'm sorry for any trouble I've caused.
Anyone who wants to do the exam should tell me by Friday.
You can take any bus. They all go to the centre.
Sing a song.
Which song shall I sing?
Any song. I don't mind.
Come and see me any time you want.
We forgot to lock the door. Anybody could have come in.
Let's go out somewhere.
Where shall we go?
Anywhere. I just want to go out.
I'm hungry. I want something to eat.
What would you like?
I don't mind. Anything.
Someone is here to see you.
Someone has forgotten their umbrella.
If anybody wants to leave early, they can.
We had to walk home because there was no bus.
Sue will have no trouble finding a job.
There were no shops open.
No reason was given for the change of plan.
How much money do you have?
None.
All the tickets have been sold. There are none left.
This money is all yours. None of it is mine.
How much luggage do you have?
None.
Or,
I don't have any.
none of the shops were open.
Or,
None of the shops was open.
What's going to happen?
nobody knows.
Or,
No one knows.
What happened?
nothing.
Where are you going?
Nowhere. I'm staying here.
The house is empty. There's nobody living there. We had nothing to eat.
I said nothing.
Jane told nobody about her plans.
They have nowhere to live.
I said nothing.
Nobody is perfect, are they?
No one did what I asked them to do.
Nobody in the class did their homework.
There was no bus, so we walked home.
You can take any bus. They all go to the centre.
What do you want to eat?
Nothing. I'm not hungry.
I'm so hungry I could eat anything.
The exam was extremely difficult. Nobody passed.
The exam was very easy. Anybody could have passed.
There's no need to hurry. We've got plenty of time.
We didn't spend much money.
But,
We spent a lot of money.
do you see David much?
But
I see David a lot.
many people drive too fast.
Or,
A lot of people drive too fast.
do you know many people?
Or,
Do you know a lot of people?
There aren't many tourists here.
Or,
There aren't a lot of tourists here.
We've lived here for many years.
Gary is very busy with his job. He has little time for other things.
Vicky doesn't like living in London. She has few friends there.
Gary has very little time for other things.
Vicky has very few friends in London.
Let's go and have a coffee. We have a little time before the train leaves.
Do you speak English?
A little.
I enjoy my life here. I have a few friends and we meet quite often.
When was the last time you saw Claire?
A few days ago.
He spoke little English, so it was difficult to communicate with him.
He spoke a little English, so we were able to communicate with him.
She's lucky. She has few problems.
Things are not going so well for her. She has a few problems.
Hurry! We only have a little time.
The village was very small. There were only a few houses.
All cars have wheels.
Some cars can go faster than others.
No cars.
Many people drive too fast.
I don't go out very often. I'm at home most days.
Some people learn languages more easily than others.
Most tourists don't visit this part of the town.
Some of the people I work with are not very friendly.
None of this money is mine.
Have you read any of these books?
I was sick yesterday. I spent most of the day in bed.
All my friends live in Los Angeles.
Or,
All of my friends live in Los Angeles.
half this money is mine.
Or,
Half of this money is mine.
All flowers are beautiful.
All the flowers in this garden are beautiful.
Most problems have a solution.
We were able to solve most of the problems we had.
how many of these people do you know?
None of them.
Or,
A few of them.
Do any of you want to come to a party tonight?
Do you like this music?
Some of it, not all of it.
All of us were late.
I haven't finished the book yet. I've only read half of it.
Some cars have 4 doors and some have 2.
A few of the shops were open, but most were closed. Half this money is mine and half is yours.
Both restaurants are very good.
Neither restaurant is expensive.
We can go to either restaurant. I don't mind.
I couldn't decide which of the 2 shirts to buy. I liked both.
Is your friend British or American?
Neither. She's Australian.
Do you want tea or coffee?
Either, I don't mind. Both of these restaurants are very good.
neither of the restaurants we went to was expensive.
Or,
Neither of the restaurants we went to were expensive.
I haven't been to either of those restaurants.
both my parents are from Egypt.
Or,
Both of my parents are from Egypt.
Can either of you speak Russian?
I asked 2 people the way to the station, but neither of them could help me. Both of us were very tired.
neither of the children wants to go to bed.
Or,
Neither of the children want to go to bed.
Both Chris and Paul were late.
I was both tired and hungry when I arrived home.
Neither Chris nor Paul came to the party.
There was an accident in the street where we live, but we neither saw nor heard anything.
I'm not sure where Maria's from. She's either Spanish or Italian.
Either you apologize or I'll never speak to you again.
There are 2 good hotels here. You could stay at either of them.
There are many good hotels here. You could stay at any of them.
We tried 2 hotels. Neither of them had any rooms. Both of them were full.
We tried a lot of hotels. None of them had any rooms. All of them were full.
Everybody had a great time at the party.
All of us had a great time at the party.
I'll do all I can to help.
Or,
I'll do everything I can to help.
He thinks he knows everything.
our holiday was a disaster. Everything went wrong.
He knows all about computers.
All I've eaten today is a sandwich.
Every seat in the theatre was taken.
Everybody has arrived.
Everybody said they enjoyed themselves.
Did you read the whole book?
Emily has lived her whole life in the same town.
I was so hungry, I ate a whole packet of biscuits.
I've spent all the money you gave me.
When we were on holiday, we went to the beach every day.
The bus service is excellent. There's a bus every 10 minutes.
We don't see each other very often, about every 6 months.
We spent all day on the beach.
Dan was very quiet. He didn't say a word all evening. They never go out. They are at home all the time.
Every time I see you, you look different.
Each time I see you, you look different.
Or,
Every time I see you, you look different.
there are computers in each classroom in the school.
Or,
There are computers in every classroom in the school.
Study each sentence carefully.
Every sentence must have a verb. There were 4 books on the table. Each book was a different colour.
Kate loves reading. She has read every book in the library. At the beginning of the game, each player has 3 cards.
I'd like to visit every country in the world.
In football, each team has 11 players. How often do you use your car?
Every day.
There's a bus every 10 minutes.
None of the rooms was the same. Each was different.
Each one was different.
Read each of these sentences carefully.
Each of the books is a different colour.
Each of them is a different colour.
Have you read all these books?
Yes, every one.
I've read every one of those books.
I've read every one of them.
The students were each given a book.
these oranges cost 40 pence each.
Everyone enjoyed the party.
Sarah is invited to lots of parties and she goes to every one.